I started working on the Midas list 11 years ago. Most of my Forbes career, I've been working on it, and that's almost half of the time that we've put it out. We started putting it out in 2000. So the list has evolved quite a lot over those 24 years. We skipped 1 year in the financial crisis, so it's actually only 23 lists, but still, pretty long time. And the list is data-driven and dispassionate. There's no opinion going in. There's no preferences. I get a lot of people upset that they didn't make the list, or they don't feel. I joke to people that the only one person is ever happy with the list, if that, but everyone else is like, I should have been higher ranked. So it can feel a bit thankless, but what we can stand behind is that we use a model and we use data that goes back now over 20 years to try to be as accurate as possible. And we'll put people on who don't like Forbes. We'll put people on who do like Forbes. We'll leave off people who love Forbes. It isn't really one of these qualitative rankings. It's one that is completely based on a model, and that allows us to try to improve the model every year. It's a constant balance because when you're dealing with something that has this long history, you want to improve it year in, year out without doing too much. If you change too much, you can sort of lose the magic of what you had to begin with. And so I'm sure you have situations like this. As a steward of this list, it's going to outlast me. I'm really only trying to correct it a couple degrees on the direction. I'm not trying to like turn the ship all the way to the left or right. And so in 2021, in the ZIRP environment, that was a huge challenge because, as you said, you had these crazy valuations like WeWork and all these other companies. SoftBank's investments were flooding the market. And what we decided to do was really make it clear that we value real exits. So IPOs and acquisitions, they count more than a private valuation. We also added a factor that there's a recency factor to the private valuation. So if you have a 5-year-old valuation, that might get discounted by us because it came from, let's say, a ZIRP environment or, a frothy market. Whereas if you're a company that has repriced, like a Klarna or a Stripe or a Figma, that makes us feel better about that private valuation. So we had to be careful about how much they counted and also how fresh they were. And that was not something that I was worrying about when I started working on the list at all.